This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Rick Martel's really going to gain some traction in Portland, working for Pacific Northwest Wrestling in '79. PNW was an NWA affiliated territory, and he held multiple titles there, and he eventually leaves in the second half of '80. But it's while he's here in Portland that he gets the call from Vince McMahon Sr., who'd seen him on Atlantis TV. And Martel says that Vince wanted him to come to the WWF and told him to call him back when he was ready to come to New York. And a few months later, sure enough, Martel called him back. And it's worth noting that Rick describes Vince Sr. as the man he enjoyed working for the most in his wrestling career. Quote, true to his word, once he said something, he went through that path, and you don't have to worry from week to week that he may change his mind. He debuted on July 8th, 1980 from Allentown, Pennsylvania, picking up a win over the Hall of Famer, Johnny Rods. It's a sunset flip that gets it done, and he's wrestling throughout July for the company. Bruce, back in '80, you were just a big wrestling fan. Chat me up. What were you hearing and what were you thinking about Rick Martel? Cause I'm sure you heard about him or saw tape of him or certainly saw him in the magazines, right?
Well, yeah, we had seen him in Houston. He had actually worked the territory for Dallas in Houston. So I'd seen Martel work live, and Rick now was coming through New York, and I think he was teaming with Tony Gurria at the time, and two young, good-looking baby faces, and that's always good to have on the card. And, you know, the thing about Vince Sr., which Vince did it, what was unique to Vince Sr. is when you came in and you started with Vince, you started, and for the most part, you also had your ending date the day that you started. So you knew when you were going to start, you knew how long you were going to be there. You had a general idea of how much money you would make, but you also knew when it was going to come to an end. And you would work your way into the territory, get over, and then you'd work your way out of the territory. And that was one way that Vince was able to keep that talent fresh all the time coming through there. Obviously, the top guys like Bruno were able to stay there for a long time. Bob Backlund, Pat Patterson as a heel was able to stay and have a run, not only as a heel, but also a babyface and later on an announcer. But that was the uniqueness of New York, was that you went in, you knew when you started, when you were going to end.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.